What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. Today we're just gonna quickly dive in to yesterday's Love Island All-Stars episode. Let's dive right in. First part of the episode, we have Mitch and Georgia H sat down having a conversation, and the conversation just initially starts off really weird. Mitch has this, he kind of keeps on like buttering her up with all of these compliments and talking to her as if, like she said, as if she's some sort of celebrity. She said in the confessional, she was like, he's kind of talking to me like I'm Beyonce, like, and I totally get those vibes. Like Mitch, just throughout the entire episode, every single time he pulls a girl for a chat that he finds really attractive, or vice versa, they're just sitting and having a conversation, he just has this tendency to be very full of the compliments. And he was just in this conversation just kind of putting Georgia on this weird pedestal. I don't think it's coming from a place of trying to put himself down or trying to like compensate, like to make the person like him. I just think it's this thing where he is kind of saying things that he thinks the other person is going to receive best, or maybe the camera will receive best, because obviously you have to remember that they know they're being recorded, so maybe he's trying to like fulfill the character motif. Like obviously he's a messy Mitch, but he still wants to look good in front of the audience. And the thing is with Love Island All-Stars as well is that with the original Love Island, when it first started, like the first couple of seasons, I feel like the people going in were less aware of the sort of social media engagement and how like character crafting and all of that really helps you when you come out. So the more of the character you are, the better. And I think that now, especially because it's like All-Stars, it's like they've went on years ago, they've had their success, they've seen what it's like when they come out on the outside, they have that awareness. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. He said that he was working himself up to talk to her, and then was talking about how he watched her on TV, and yeah, it was just a little bit full on. Moving on quickly to Chris and Liberty. So basically, Liberty likes Chris, but obviously she's got this thing going on with Mitch, and she's not quite sure of Mitch's intentions yet, which is pretty much clear because he is just all over the place a little bit in the villa right now. She said that I wrote down that it seems like there's some chemistry between them. I really do think that, but Chris, as I said in my last review, he is the man of the season so far. He's a lot of girls are going after him, not just Liberty, but Molly. Molly's really feeling him as well, as you can see towards the end of the review, which we will get to, the end of the episode we will get to. But yeah, so those two are cute. Moving on quickly, I'm going through this quickly because I cannot have this video being so long, because it takes forever to edit. Okay, on to Anton and Georgia. So Georgia still, okay, she is basically like so stuck on Toby so early on, and I definitely think she's gonna end up, let's just say, I'm gonna say it here right now, forgive me if I'm wrong later down the line, someone else is gonna come in and Toby is going to quickly shift. He's going to change. I think she knows that in her head, at the back of her head, she's thinking, I really want to secure this down, hold this down. And Anton is there in the corner. He's like, well, it's really hard to want to get to know someone when you know they're not the first option. And I agree with him. And I personally think Anton is a better match for Georgia. He's so mature, he's got that nice balance, she's got the fiery personality, and he's more like toned down and like quite a calm and collected guy. And I feel like there would be a nice match, but Georgia needs to think carefully, because if she loses Anton, when someone else comes in as well, he's going to be out the window too. So yeah, I think she's just going a little bit too heavy on Toby right now, but I digress. They did have history, but you know, she's just a little bit like so like Tobes, like give Anton a chance, like he's such a cool guy. Moving on, we have Lewis and Demi. I love these two together. Apparently today I saw on one of the blogs that Demi apparently has some sort of man. She already had a man, or had a man before she went in. I don't really know how true that is, but this basically made it known that he's 100% into Demi and really wants to push things with her. And I really like that, you know. I feel like with Love Island, it's always talk of its early days. Sometimes it would be nice to see someone just fall head over heels straight away. And I know I said about Georgia previously, her being so full on Toby, but it's different. Like I just feel like Lewis and Demi, you can't compare two situations. They're different. I really like how Lewis is making it clear that he wants Demi. I think they look so nice together, the two of them. Lewis is a nice guy. He is very like I don't know, I feel like because he's like a proper OG, apparently he was on the first ever season, so him coming in now is going to be completely different. It's not like Mitch, who literally was in the villa yesterday. Like Lewis has probably had a lot of time to figure out what he wants, and I feel like he's going to be maybe one of the people who actually go on in the outside world and stay with the person that they're with, only because he's older, and I think he is looking for something a little bit more serious, and I do see something with Demi, so that would be really, really nice to see, and I think they look great together. They really do look good together. He basically said that he's really attracted to her, and she's really, really attracted to him, and yeah, it's just written in the stars really. I think with Georgia and Toby is that Georgia is really, really into him, and Toby is into her, but he's made it clear throughout the episode that he still wants to get to know people. That's the difference. With Lewis and Demi, he's really, really into Demi. Now, that's not to say that he's not going to get to know people, but I just feel like they seem like that there's something serious progressing. Like they're going to end up being, you know the couple that's just always recoupling and being together and staying together. Kind of like Ella and Ty in season 10. They started off very like, oh, we're just free, we're just freely flying freely, just seeing what we like, what we don't like, and it ended up being like the strong couple that just continued throughout the season. I'm predicting that for Louis and Demi. Moving forward, Kaz and Liberty. Now, Kaz's role in this season so far, I know it's only been 3 episodes, but it's just the supportive friend, and I'm just kind of tired of seeing that narrative for black women. I know for a fact that she will have someone that's going to come in and sweep her off her feet. We saw in season 10, the black girls were it was just so beautiful and diverse, and great to see that there was versatility in the role people were playing. But it's just kind of giving me like early Love Island vibes, where it's just like the person of colour just being a supportive friend. Liberty is just constantly going to her, talking about Mitch, talking about how she's not sure about Mitch, not sure if he's being serious with her, and she even did a confessional talking about Liberty and Mitch's situation. I'm like, I'd love to hear something about Kaz. Okay, moving on quickly. I do have a couple of other conversations in my notes, but I feel like with the going like and cutting like people order, I've already addressed them. And when I've spoken about Toby, I've already addressed that. He has made it clear throughout the episode that he wants to get to know people. In the episode, Liberty, Kaz and Toby are sitting around having a conversation, and he said that I think everyone should do that. Liberty basically said that she still wants to get to know people and just kind of trying to like follow Mitch's lead, because she wants Mitch, but she's trying to like mirror what he's doing. And then Toby went, yeah, I think everyone should do that. So he's making it pretty clear that he wants to keep things open, and he doesn't want to lock it down too soon with Georgia still. Oh yeah, and he said that Mitch lays it on thick, and he does. Moving quickly on to Jake. Jake gets everyone around the sofa, whatever it's called, and announces that he's leaving. And then he has like the sit down mini interview with Maya Jama, and he says that he's basically leaving because he doesn't want to waste anyone's time. He basically like gave the reason that he just couldn't find a connection with anyone, and Maya asked him, because it is early days, she was basically asking him, did you not want to wait around? And he just basically said that he wanted to leave. I think that he left because of it just wasn't the same. Like someone around the couch actually said, I think it was Kaz, he was like, when you come in again, it's just not the same, you're a different person. And I can imagine that, like, you're just in this, you just like, it's been there, done that. Like, as much as this season is like okay, it's not the best, like as I said, season 10 was my favorite. Like, if I don't think if I was not doing like YouTube and stuff, I would even watch. Like, I don't know. That sounds really bad. I like Love Island, but it isn't my favorite reality show. But yeah, it's just like the whole concept is just like, you've already done this, like why do you want to do it again? Like, the money must be sweet, but yeah, do what you need to do. And there's probably maybe other things that he didn't say, being on TV can take a toll on a lot of things, like your mental health. And so yeah, props to him for just taking himself out the equation early and just getting it over and done with, because if the longer he'd waited, he would have just, he basically said he just didn't want to lead anyone on and like force it. Like, you can't, it's not good to force something like that, so yeah, perfect reasoning, and props to him. I wish him the best. Moving on to the main part of the episode, and then we're going to wrap this up. Callum and Molly's fat argument. Now we know that they were together for 3 years, and they just broke up 6 months ago. And Molly was sitting with Georgia and Toby. They're having a conversation, and Callum came over, and I think he complimented her, and then she just basically went, you never complimented me like that for the whole time we were together. And then she was just basically like, they just went a little bit back and forth, and he was basically she was basically just saying that he wasn't that man in the relationship, and now he's been all caring and acting different. And they literally only broke up 6 months ago. Yeah, I understand exactly like where she's coming from and why there's so much built up anger. I think I did see some people talking online saying that they didn't really like the way that she was talking to him, but they were together, they were in a relationship for over 3 years, and they're in this new scenario, and she's probably just thinking, this is not the man that I spent 3 years with. She was basically saying how she was seeing marriage in the future, he didn't see marriage in the future, and the excuse that he gave for why they ended was he wanted to focus on his future. And she was saying that one time on holiday she called him handsome, and he was like, yeah, you too. And yeah, they were just going back and forth, and I get it. Like, it's just so interesting to see, because this is something we've never seen on Love Island before. Like, these people were together, and I feel like the situation is done, and when someone else comes in, I just don't think Callum is going to remain loyal to or continue whatever what he thinks they had left with Molly. And it's clear that on Molly's part, it looks like something very steamy is boiling. It's like something is on the horizon between her and Chris. After their little argument, Chris pulled her, took her to the terrace, and they basically played this game where they looked to each other's eyes, and it was to see if they would fall in love, or whatever that means. And he kissed her, and that kiss was very, very hot and steamy, and I definitely think there's something brewing there. Yes, Chris is the catch this season, but it seems like Molly is definitely in the cards for him. He just said that the only barrier would be Callum and what they previously had, because she said to him that she's waiting to see how Callum is going to act when someone else comes in, and to really test if he really wants to fix what they had, like get back together or not. But yeah, that was basically, and then they teased like a new bombshell, Josh, which we're going to see tonight. But yeah, that was the episode. That was just a quick run through and a little bit of my opinions inserted in and out. I don't know if I should continue with this format or just go live or just stick to TikTok, because I like doing these breakdowns, but realistically, we all have lives, and it's very, very hard to do one every single day. That's why I love TikTok, because it's just short, snappy, sweet. Film it, edit it, send it. Like, YouTube is very much more of a production. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. Like, comment what you thought of this episode, and make sure to subscribe for pop culture news and everything in between. But yeah, thank you for watching. Toodles. See you in the next one.